English title last year, taking on Scotland's Carlie King. He's a former Commonwealth title challenger. This is his 20th outing. Sit back, enjoy our coverage with up to 5 times the picture quality in high definition right here on Sky Sports HD1. Special comments at ringside tonight from former world champ Richie Woodall and your commentary team at ringside. Bob Mee, Jim Watt and John Rawling, but first our MC, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the action underway. Would you please welcome to the ring now, Steve Williams.
Well, a great ovation, as you might expect, for Steve Williams. Comes from over the other side of the Mersey, from Wallasey to be precise. He made his debut here back in 2008, and he sold plenty of tickets, and he's getting a rousing reception. Historic venue, great display of Victorian architecture. Slightly Victorian heating system as well. It's pretty chilly in here tonight, but I think we might see some hot action before the night is out.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Olympia here in the city of Liverpool. Barry Home for Matchroom Sport, the home of the Prize Fighter Series, proudly presents a night of British Championship Boxing. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Supervisor at ringside, Mr. Jeff Bolton. Our area representative is Mr. Richard Jones. Inspectors Steve Ray, Steve Bunby and Steve Furness. But it's now time to get the action underway. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the light welterweight division. 8 rounds of boxing, and introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the tartan trunks, weighing in at 10 stone 3.5 pounds, bringing a 19 fight record, 17 wins, 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, from Motherwell, Scotland, it's Carlie King. And across the ring, fighting under the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks, weighing in at 10 stone and 1 pounds, 10 fight record, 9 wins, 3 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the Wallasey Express. From Wallasey, Steve Williams. So it's 8 3-minute rounds in the light welterweight division, all sponsored by partycasino.com. Here we go.
Okay, gentlemen, you follow my instructions. When I tell you to break cleanly and take a step back. Watch your heads in close. Touch gloves, good luck.
We see Carlie King, when the two stood face to face, slightly the taller man, a couple of inches taller, he'll have a slight reach advantage. But the power, you would suspect, Jim, lies with Steve Williams.
Yeah, I first clapped eyes on Williams just a couple of years ago, saw him in a real tough battle, and I was really impressed what he showed that night. He showed he's prepared to do what's necessary in this business. There's a quality you can put into a fighter. Maybe his title chance came a little bit early, but I don't think it'll be too long before he's having a second crack at that British title. This is a good match, but a tough one for Carlie King, I think.
Steve Williams' 1 defeat, that was against Lenny Dawes in July last year. And since then, Bob Mee, a change of trainer.
Yeah, he's moved from George Schofield to Dave Tonks across the city, really. They say there's no animosity, but how often does that happen? A fighter loses for the first time, the answer is to switch trainers. Will it work? I don't know.
I see Williams put himself under a lot of pressure prior to that Dawes fight, saying if he didn't win, he might as well retire. Well, of course, he's fought on. In his own mind, he felt that he did enough to have won that fight, or at least it was very close.
I think that might be one of the reasons that he decided to leave his trainer. Most people at ringside, myself included, had him well behind, but the judges only had him a couple of rounds or 1 point behind. So he was in the fight as far as the judges were concerned. His corner pulled him out. So maybe that upset him. I think he was upset of being stopped. For one thing, he's a very proud man, no fighter likes it, but I'm sure strong character, he's put that behind him, and the show's back on the road.
You know all about fighting in front of your hometown fans, as Williams is here tonight. You can get inspired by it, but you can sometimes maybe just get too inspired.
Yeah, but in a tough battle, it really helps. And already he's looking physically stronger than King. King has built up an excellent record, but at 28 years old, I think it's time to find out what he's capable of if he can move on to titles. And this is not a final eliminator, but it is an eliminator because the winner here is going to move on. And it's time to find out if Charlie King is good enough to do that.
Well, Charlie King boxed for the Forgewood Amateur Club, former Scottish ABA featherweight champion. That's 10 years, 11 years ago now, back in 2000. And that one defeat, well, that title defeat he had, he fought for the Commonwealth title, lost out to Lee McAllister. It's actually the first time he's fought outside Scotland, this. The old Scottish skin colour, very pale.
Yep, he's got that, even makes me look good, believe it or not, he's very pale. Good start from Williams. You just have to worry that Williams maybe doesn't concentrate enough on just being a little bit more subtle with his boxing. He's in your face, and that gets you by up to a level. So maybe he needs just a few little refinements here and there, a little bit more technique, but tremendous potential, and this has been a good opening round for him.
Yep, the power, as we suspected it might, has laid with Steve Williams in this opening round, and the Wallasey Express has it in his pocket.
Traffic this morning's murder. I don't know about you, I got to it very handy.
Come together with 2FM.
Well, it was a decent opening round, Jim, for Steve Williams.
Yeah, they get right onto the front foot, and you can see the stats even more one-sided and punches landed than I expected. I mean, King was hanging on in there trying to produce himself, but the good shots, the impressive ones, the one you remember, all seem to come from Steve Williams. So excellent start, warming up nicely this one.
Yep, nice sharp opening from the local man, and looking to really produce a crowd-pleasing performance. Charlie King has only had a couple of fights since losing that Commonwealth title shots. He's been in with a couple of journeymen, Jason Nesbitt, Christian Late, since then.
Another good body shot from Williams, and you can see the way King pulled the elbows down, he felt it. So timing them nicely, Williams, and just maybe winning the battle of the jabs, which would be a big problem for King, because he relies on the jab, everything comes off that.
Williams was a welterweight when he turned pro a couple of years ago, but he's come down. And his former trainer, George Schofield, he talked about him, and he always praised his big heart. Real battler.
Yeah, well, he has the stuff that you can't put into a fighter, but we'll see as it goes. Maybe just a few more subtleties. And that was a nice little feint he showed there. Just that's exactly what I mean. Just don't be too straightforward, too much in the other guy's face, if you like.
A few more smarts, as they call it, on the other side of the pond.
Exactly.
Oh, the crowd's really getting behind Williams. King swinging a little bit ambitiously, but he's not shown so far that he's got the power to get Williams onto the back foot.
He showed to be gritty enough so far, King. I mean, he's outdone as far as the power goes, and that jab's going to be a problem. I mean, he likes to dominate with the jab, so I'd say his biggest problem is the fact that Williams is winning the fight, the battle of the jabs.
And a couple of good meaty looking body shots going in from Williams as well. Oh, that's a terrific shot. Oh, it's up, it's over. He stopped it with one big right hand. King, well, he looks across to his corner disappointingly, but what a peach of a shot from Steve Williams. Right on the button.
And there is no way anyone can say the referee moved in too quickly. You saw the impact of that punch. The hands were gone. He was going to take more shots. It wasn't going on the floor, but he was going to take more thunderous punches. He could have been injured. It's the referee's job to step in before it happens. He's in great shape. He's recovered very quickly. Probably feels he's okay. He should have been allowed to continue. But I fully agree with the referee. That was a tremendous punch. It stopped him in his tracks. It actually froze him, and he would have been a sitting duck for more dangerous punches.
He's disappointed, feels he's not done himself justice, and he's getting words of consolation in that corner. But Steve Williams, he softened him up with some terrific body shots, didn't he? And when the hands came down, the right hand that finished it, an absolute peach.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, you can see, look at the body language. The legs have completely gone. The hands come down. He didn't know where he was. Okay, he's in great shape. He recovered again, maybe 7 or 8 seconds after the referee stopped the fight. But the referee has to act, and I'm sure he acted properly. You see the punch landing, bang, look at the body there. Now, it was just, Williams is ready to tee off on. They could have been seriously injured. That was a tremendous punch, and he was very accurate all the way through. Excellent performance from Steve Williams.
Referees sometimes get criticism, Bob Mee, but this time Phil Edwards on the money.
Yeah, absolutely right. Williams looks a big light welter, doesn't he?
Very solid. Big punch. Where from here?
Well, the next stage, a title fight, is when it happens, when he can get one.
So, Steve Williams, exciting victory. Here's confirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Colin Roberts has recorded a time of 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the second round. Referee Mr. Phil Edwards has stopped the contest with King in no position to continue. Therefore, your winner from Wallasey, Steve Williams.
Really good performance from Steve Williams. 1-0 to Merseyside in our first live fight of the evening. Coming up, another Liverpool.